Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we will draw a Christmas bell. This is so much fun to draw gold metal, to draw these lines on the golden bell, so I think you like that. It is fun to do practice drawing metal and gold, so let's dive into this new drawing lesson today. Hello! In this lesson we will draw a Christmas bell with a ribbon on top and some decoration around. So a bell you would like to use in your flat for Christmas decoration. We here in Austria use that or have bells and candles a lot. And I love Advent decoration. So let's sketch in the bell. Let's draw here. I want to bring the bell here, so a little bit rightwards, downwards. So let's have a look. Let's draw them here. Draw it here until that part. Add so a bit of a bow here below, and then another bow a bit upwards. So a bit of a very flat or ellipse here, and then add the lines a little bit so straight, not directly straight, downwards, and then draw the line here over the edges of the bell. Here I make it a little bit broader. Then we have here, so this a little bit of the part here above, and then add another part here above. Let's have a look here. This ellipse can go a little bit here. I want to make it here a little bit broader. So you can also use that, you can trace the outlines, for example, but I like to practice drawing freehand here with these lessons. Maybe I make it a little bit narrow here above the bell. Draw it like you like it, and then let's add here in the middle the part that makes the sound. Draw here a round bull, and in the middle then. So we will also add here then a bit of a decoration, and let's also then sketch in a bit of a ribbon here. So a little bit with so beautiful edges. Draw the middle part of the ribbon here above, and then here the inner part, there make a round line, make it here a bit upwards. You don't have to get it right away. You can so sketch it a bit in and then change the outlines. Make it here so a little bit round. Let's make it a little bit larger here above. So you can draw it in like you would like to have it. Okay, and then we have here again the ends of the ribbon, bringing in that here in so downwards, and maybe then also draw some, I put some branches behind, evergreen branches, and then you can put that on your door, for example, or hang it on the wall, this decoration. Or put it on if it is a small bell, on an advent wreath or so. And then this will be then these evergreen branches again. I draw it a lot here for these Christmas themes. It is fun to do. Let's add them here above. Just sketch that in very roughly. Not beautiful at that stage, it should just be a sketch. What else could we add? Let's do again here let's add some little Christmas ornaments maybe. And the bell will be gold, the ribbon will be red. Let's add a bit of maybe here a red Christmas ornament, and maybe let's here also add one. So, and hang it also here to our drawing. Okay, then let's start with the bell. To create a metal look, we will use gold and ochres and browns. So let's first sketch in a highlight. The light is in that case today coming from the right side. So I put here a highlight on here on the right area of the bell. Put in here a bit highlight that we have a brilliant lighter highlight area in place. And it is also shining a bit here on that inner part of the bell. It is coming here and it's also hitting the inner part of the bell. Yes, and then let's choose a mid-tone, a gold, an ochre. So I use this cup with yellow ochre, it's so a golden ochre, and plot that in here as the base layer. Plotting in the cup with yellow here. Maybe let's go in with some more brilliant lighter colors too, so that we use a yellow, really a vanilla yellow here near the highlight, and just plot in here a bit vanilla yellow, and also on the left edge. We always have reflections when we draw metal, also here on the opposite side of the highlight. And let's also use so different orange ochre colors. Plot in here a bit of an golden, it's a little bit more orangey, that ochre color from the cup with yellows. Just choose your own brands. Plot that in here below too, a bit inside of the bell here. So bringing in different ochre colors, let's also plot in a little bit really orange brown here. It's more a terracotta. Bringing here the orange brown a little bit in, maybe also here below a little bit more, and then also add black, especially here inside the bell. There we have shadow, and here on the left side we have shadow, and here above we have shadow. Plot in here the black really towards the edge here, and I add a bit of black here on the darkest area where not a lot of light is reflecting here. Yes, and a little bit yellow here below where we have the highlight, I would say, and around the highlight here in the middle too, a bit yellow, and on the other side of the highlight here a bit yellow. and on our little part that makes the sound here in the middle. I'm not sure how this is called in English, but you know what I mean, this little bowl here. Here I plot in also a little bit shadow, and then go in here with a highlight on the right, and also add here a bit highlight upwards, and oops, I wanted to add with the black here a bit of shadow, and with the color it with a lighter ochre here around, and another yellow around the highlight, and on the left we also bring in a bit yellow, and also a bit more of an orange brown here in the shadow area, and a little bit black in the shadow area. And then let's blend all these first base layers a little bit with either take a cotton swab or a paper stamp. So I take a paper stamp here and blend over, I blend over the ochre here first together, blend it together with the yellow and blend it so a bit from the left rightwards, and then I blend also over the white, create smooth transitions here for that bell, blend also over the orange ochres and the yellows here on the left, and bring these layers here so a bit together. Also here where we have the lighter colors, blend over it carefully from the left to the right here. Create these nice transitions following here the bow that are of the metal. Here I also blend first the lighter areas, and then with the other side of the paper stamp I go in into the black and blend the black a little bit so downwards together with the gold. Also here be careful. Here I blend also the black then a bit downwards with the other layers, and also here above blend over that darker area here gently, so in the direction of that metal here. Then let's take a brown and bring in a bit contrast here in below these smaller parts in the bell where it's going a bit upwards. We will add here then highlights, and maybe here a bit in the middle in the shadow. Let's add here a little bit brown. Also here bringing in a bit brown upwards on the right, and here we could go over and swipe over gently a bit with the brown over that shadow area here. Darken it also down below the ribbon then, and maybe here also plot in a very thin layer of brown on the right. Here behind it's a little bit of shadow, so a mid-tone. And yes, we also need here a bit of a contrast, a brown line below the lighter reflection we have here. Then on top, add also a bit brown here where the shadow is inside the bell. We also need to blend over that little ball here. Use the paper stamp and also blend here over the layers, over the dark, and here over the light. We have here the highlight, blend also over that. Okay, and you can create so a beautiful metal looking bell. Glossing. Maybe I add here a bit more brown. Use brown and these beautiful ochres together. I go then over with these lighter ochre again, plot it in here in the middle a little bit, and also then here, just so hover over very carefully and plot in a little bit of that yellow ochre. Also here, that you use it for blending here a little bit. You can blend over the highlight, we add then there more lighter color too. Bring it in here also a bit of that yellow ochre. Blend over it, use the pencils also for blending, and then we can take the vanilla yellow again and bring that in here a little bit on the left very gently, and also here in the middle. I will also go over a bit with the vanilla yellow again, and here below brighten up that inner part, or here too, and a bit of the vanilla yellow, and a bit ochre here below too. And then we can take also a white and just brighten up the sparkling area of our bell, so that this highlight area, that we go over here with the white and add here a bit white in the middle, and then blend it leftwards and rightwards, go over, forwards and backwards, and create this nice glossy metal look. Also here press a bit more, add a bit more white, and then blend it a little bit. Let's also take then an ivory. I take the pit ivory to add some highlights around the lower part here, so that we go here in ivory and add here, move the pencil forward and backward, add a bit of a highlight also here below where light is coming on, and here above the brown line. Let's also brighten it here up and here a bit, and let's also add here also a bit of a light line, and one above too. I sharpen the pencil again to create really a beautiful gold bell here. Here we could swipe over a bit and make it also a bit glossy. Okay, I swipe also over here again to make that a little bit, I would say, straighter, or we swipe over with an ochre and make it a bit more gold, that it's not so light yellow, that it's just a little bit more gold. And then here I add another highlight on top and blend it a little bit around. Brighten it up with a white here, this highlight in the middle. Yeah. So, okay, nice. Let's then draw the red ribbon here. There I go in first. Yes, let's add the red first. So choose the middle red. how you would like to have it, and then let's plot that in as a base layer on that ribbon here. Plot in so the middle cup with yellow red. Use your pastel pencils you have. You can also go in with sticks for sure. Then let's plot in that as a base layer. And then we need lights and shadows on top. So here bringing in the red. Also in the inner side and also on these ends of the ribbon here, plot in the red. Just roughly for the base layer. Whoops, that was not so good. Brought in a bit red on my bell. But that's the nice thing. Most times you can just overdraw some so smaller mistakes. And bringing in here also the red as a base layer and blend it a bit with the paper stamp. In that case, in smaller areas, I like to work with the paper stamp for blending, especially when we have edges like here. It's easier to blend with the paper stamp. Here, blend over the whole ribbon. And then we have here started with the mid-tone, and let's then bring in darks. Very dark shadows with the black, so especially here above the bell. There I bring in black, and here on the sides of that middle area here. We can also draw here, so shadow little folds, and bring in of course shadow inside here, and here below we also need shadow. Let's add here some little folds, add shadow here on the inner side and below. Always when some parts are overlapping others, we need shadow. Okay. We can also right away bring in a bit of a dark red. Here where the shadow is inside, we can make it darker. I use so a violet red, and also here below where we have the shadow, there we can bring in a bit violet red, and also here in the inner area, make it here a bit darker, or at the lower part here, and also on the edges where it is going downwards, and maybe make it a little bit darker on the right because the light is shining here on the top part of the ribbon. We can make it here a little bit darker in the middle. We could add also a little bit of a lighter red maybe here where the highlights are on top, then in the middle, and add then with white here some highlights on top. Brighten up this area and here the middle area too. The light is coming here so downwards. That's then a little bit more darker. Let's also brighten up here. And add here a bit of a highlight. Okay, and then blend it. Blend it with the paper stamp a bit, blend over the red. Here maybe upwards and downwards on that, and here upwards, rightwards. Blend carefully over the highlight section. Blend it inside of the ribbon. Blend it here also downwards where we have the black and the dark red mixture. Blend it downwards. Blend it here inside. Blend a bit over. You can also add here a bit dark red where we have the black. Add here a bit dark red. Or I have this violet red here in combination with the black. Go over here. Forwards and backwards. Follow here the direction of that ribbon band here. Make it here a bit round. Yes, then let's add also with a lighter yellow maybe here some highlights on top of that ribbon here. I bring in a bit of a yellow here. Bring in some warm shiny colors. Create a bit of a warm light. Let's also brighten up here. That area a little bit here below. Just brighten up it, create a bit of a warm shine on that ribbon. Also here in the middle a little bit downwards. I'm bringing a bit yellow or also an orange yellow. Mix in some different colors here into that ribbon. Add here also, so like a candle would shine around it a little bit, bring in some so warm orange colors. And then let's go in with the black again. And here I blend the black below the bell a little bit, so below that ribbon part on the right side of the bell a little bit more. Correct outlines here. Maybe bringing a bit of shadow upwards here into that ribbon part. And here these little folds. Go over with the black once more. Create here nice outlines. Blend the shadow, make it really so blurry here. Add some lines. Let's also add here a bit of a shadow with some very, very thin black lines, or here, so a bit. Go over with the red again, so with the dark red, I go over here again and correct the outlines a little bit. I'll make the inner parts a little bit more reddish. Or use it for blending the shadow area here very gently. I also bring in the dark red then here on the lower part of the ribbon a bit. Shadow below here. Also here on the left side it's a bit shadow. And then take the red, the middle red once more that I have used at the beginning for the underpainting, and make it a bit more reddish and bring in a bit more red. My sharpener makes a weird sound, so I bring in here a little bit more red. So red in so little strokes. Blend over it, use the red maybe for blending here a bit. I add it also on the lower edges here inside. Brighten them up a bit and add here a bit more red, so upwards. Can mix these soft pastels so easily together. Also here, let's make it a bit more reddish. I add also here a bit red here on the ends of the ribbons. Blend over it, use it for blending. I like to blend the colors together here. Okay, you can blend over the whole thing and make everything softer, or let it a bit rougher. Bringing in here some red lines. Okay. Nice, let's add a bit highlight. Here I would like to bring in with the white a little bit more highlight. Brighten this part up here a bit with the white. And also here add some white strokes or some white, so a bit white color. So a bit. Just brighten it up a bit, or add here also a bit white on the right. Or here in the middle maybe. A bit of a highlight on top. Okay, then let's put a bit black around the bell, so that we have a bit shadow around the bell, and then create these branches. So I bring in here the black in a bit. Be careful around the bell. We add here a bit of contrast. Also here. Careful around it. And plot it a little bit into the surrounded areas. Also here below, let's add black. Really carefully with the pencil. Bringing the black around it. Let your time here, that you don't overdraw over your bell. Plot in here a little bit of the black in, also here on the left. And then we draw these evergreen branches. I bring also in here a little bit black below our ribbon, or here on the right a little bit near the ribbon. I don't want to bring the black overall. Maybe I let the golden background paper, or add some golden colors in the back. Let's blend that a bit with the paper stamp here, carefully. Here I want to draw then, so a bit of this Christmas ornaments. Here I blend over it. Blend carefully around your bell here. I make sure here that I have straight lines, because this bell looks so beautiful, glossy and so like metal. Okay. And then let's bring in some green, so dark green and brown. So let's take here a brown for the wooden part here of these pine branches. Add a bit of a lighter brown, and then a dark green, and add here green lines to the right and down, or downwards to the left here. The same here. Plot in a bit green. We don't see that a lot in the shadow, but here let's bring in these greens downwards. Also here a bit. And also here behind the little bull here. And also here add these little green parts of this branches. Let's also add here one. Just add some dark green parts. Let them also overlap a bit. We will draw then more of them. Okay, maybe here a little bit downwards. Just sketch it in roughly. And then I think I will make a bit of a background. Maybe we have here light shining from above downwards, that we add also a bit of so a light reflection on, is it here on a door or so, or is it placed on the table? Just add a bit of a light reflection here below too, so a bit of a golden shine. And then I think I blot in a little bit of the golden color here below. Create so a bit of a yellow ochre color at the bottom, so matching to the bell. I want to draw a bit of a background, so let's plot that in before we draw all the details in the branches. Maybe go down with the black a bit more, with the black Rembrandt here, and add a bit more shadow between the branches here. Also here we can bring in a bit black above, darken it down here. Here I also add shadow near the ribbon. So here we need black near the ribbon on the left. Add a bit black around that Christmas ornament I will draw. Yes, and maybe so a bit downwards. Maybe here a little bit more. This one we could blend with such a blending tool and make that softer. Let's have a look if I have one with warm colors on it. And blend here the black so downwards into the ochre colors. I blend it here over the parts where I have sketched in the little branches, just to have a little black between the needles. We will let them some more overlap, have a little bit of green and of black. Blend here the black around our ribbon. Make it here maybe a bit darker. Color the black a little bit so around the ribbon here, and create a bit of this green. Here we have then the green grasses. Just bring in here a bit of the black first before we add all the details. Also here around the bowl, plot in a bit of the darker color. Here we can blend that a bit with an orange. I have a bit orange here on my little sponge that I don't mix in on the black too much. I just use the opposite side here. Let's also use a bit, let's say, of our an orange color here below and plot that in a little bit. All the ochres we have used in the bells. Golden ochre. and a bit of a lighter vanilla yellow here below. Here I apply a bit more pigment and use the finger then for blending, or go in also a bit here below with the white. And add here so a bit of a shine below the bell. Let it glow a bit. You can also blend really well with the finger. Or with blending tools here, the black a little bit more downwards. Maybe let's also add the gold here above. That we do the background first and then the rest of the details. We can also plot in here a bit of the gold. The evergreen branches we will draw then afterwards, because we have done a bit of background around the needles and then we can draw them better. And so you can blend easily over them and then draw them again, for example. So it's very blunt now, that pencil. It would be better if I sharpen it. Just plot in here a bit of the ochre too on the left. Here, so a bit downwards. And then I take the blending tool here again and go over here with that one and blend the golden ochre in. Blend over the branch under painting too and make it here softer. Here the branches will then be, so don't be worried that it looks a little bit strange. Maybe add also here above a little bit of a highlight or so little dots with the yellow, some stains. Blend them in with the finger. Here we could go in with some soft pastel sticks and add a bit more pigment. And then go over with the finger in circles. And create so a bit of a bouquet background. Add some other overlapping little dots and circles maybe here. Create a bit so of a bouquet background, you know, you see in some photos. Maybe go in with a bit of a darker brown here too. Add some little brown circles. Play a bit with the colors here in the back, above. Here, go over. Here then the branches will overlap. Could go in with ivory a bit and brighten some of these little dots here up a bit. Just to make the background a bit more interesting. And blend over it. Just blend over it gently with the finger. And then let's draw on the branches. So go in with the lighter ochre brown again, or let's take that one. And bring in here this brown middle parts of the branches again. Here one, here one, here one. Let's also add here one. And then we draw again the greens, so a little bit more opaque, overlapping green area. We need to bring in then more light greens here that we see them better, but so we have now a darker underpainting, and here the darker background. Let's add here some more of these needles near another one. Only these little Christmas ornaments we have to draw then afterwards. They look very empty at the moment. So bringing in here some of these green, dark green needles or leaves. Okay. Maybe before I start with the next layers, I add here a little bit more black around that Christmas ornament and bring in here really a dark, deep black shadow here around the ribbon. Just refine that before I start with more layers on here on our Christmas fir branches. And now I add with a lighter green, a layer of lighter greens on top, especially in the front parts. Here, bringing in with a lighter green overlapping needles. They can be really broader strokes. Press a little bit more here with the caputellos and add some green. This is so a yellow light green, a leaf green, some lighter green strokes here. Build up here these little fir or pine branches layer by layer. Also here, and here some more. Them a bit dense. We can also go in with a yellow here, with a vanilla yellow. So a lighter yellow. And add also here with the vanilla yellow some strokes on top. So here to brighten them up. Bringing in here some highlights. Let some of them overlap the others. Sharpening the yellow. And so you create depth also here into these not so detailed fir branches, but with the contrast, you bring in here also depth. When you press more with the caputellos, they really break very easily. I want to press more, that they are showing up really well. Also here, maybe some shorter ones here in front. Brighten them up a bit. Add some lighter strokes with the yellow. Add the highlights with the yellow and not with white in that case. Let it stay really warm. Let's also add here some lighter needles. Okay. Yes, and then finally let's refine or work on these little Christmas ornaments we have here. So let's make them also red. I plot in here so a bit red as a base layer. Also on that one here on top. And add a bit of, let's say, darker color. So the light is coming from the right, so let's add darker color here on the left. The light is coming from above. Make that one also darker at the lower part here. And add a highlight on top here right away. Make them lighter on top. And a bit of black also on the lower area. Plot that in first here. Let's blend that with the paper stamp. So blend over the darker part here below. And I blend also then over the highlight area here. Blend the layers together gently. Below it's darker. We also can bring in a bit yellow on top as the highlight on those, that it has a bit of a golden look. And here also brighten up the lower part a little bit with some shine. We could also add with ochre, so I take an ochre pencil. These upper parts of the little Christmas ornaments, I put them here to the back, because they are here so placed inside the deco. And add some little strokes between in black. Also here. And add a bit highlight on these little golden parts we have here. Maybe so a bit of a ring for putting here in, and add with the white some little highlight dots on top here. I also add here some highlight dots on top of that one. Okay, I also brighten up the upper part of that ribbon here a bit. And in here a bit of a highlight. Here again some little strokes. You could also use for adding a bit more brilliant highlights, if you would like, you can put on a bit of the soft pastel stick, really gently to add here. I did not want that. To add here some highlights or blend it then with the pencil a bit and make it smoother. Here I like the dots. They are so a little bit glitter on the little balls. They are not so smooth and glossy. There is a bit glitter on them. I like glitter. Add some more highlights here. You could also add here on the ribbons a bit of white if you would like to brighten that up a bit, and blend it then a bit with the white pencil. Make it a bit brighter here, these highlights. Okay, you can also use the paper stamp for blending a bit. Here I blend the lower area and make that a little bit darker. Blend around these little Christmas ornaments, or blend around and between the little branches a bit where we have the black. Blend the black a little bit upward. Careful around your little bell. Make sure that here the black around is smooth. Okay, yes, maybe I add here another black stroke where we have these folds. Add a bit of contrast here below. I also add here a little bit more of the black at the lower part of this Christmas ornaments. Maybe a bit shadow here below, darken down the areas below. You can also bring in some darks in the branches. Okay, but I think it's nice so far. So maybe here below it looks a little bit empty. Maybe I add here also another branch here, so downwards, a short one, that it's not so empty here below. Let's add another one here with some greens here on top and yellows, that it's here not so empty. Okay, yes, maybe blend the part here where it's in the shadow a bit. It's coming out. Okay, then I think this beautiful drawing of the little bell is finished. I will just add here also a signature. And yes, I hope you also could draw beautiful bell decorations. I hope you liked the lesson. For me it was really fun to create that metallic golden look on the bell and the decoration around. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed drawing metal and bringing a bit of glaze onto the bell. If you like these Christmas drawing lessons, this is an advent calendar, 24 days full of drawing videos before Christmas. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell that you get notifications. I also invite you to join the waitlist to my Animal Art Club, my membership. You find the link here, and here you find another video lesson. And then enjoy drawing, have fun, and I hope I see you then in the next video. Bye!